How's it going, guys? Dylan from Mesa Fitness here. I am interviewing our trainers. This has been super fun for me so far. Today I am here with Lovely from Mesa Fitness Clifton. What I intend to do with these, if you've been watching, first of all, thank you. And second of all, what I intend to do with these is I intend to introduce these trainers to you guys. I get to be in the gym. I get to work with these guys all day long. I get to meet them both inside and outside the gym and see who they are outside of just their training world. Obviously, they spend a good majority of their day here, but they are people on the outside too. So I like to push that to you guys too and get to meet them. And what that does is that creates a good familiar face for you guys, another smiling face in the gym that you guys actually are familiar with. And it helps if you guys have questions too, because then if you're watching this video and you see Lovely out on the floor, then you can go and say, hey, I have a quick question. By the way, I saw your video. That was really cool. And maybe you can connect with one of these trainers, and eventually you work with them. If not, that's okay too. But it's just a way to create another familiar face here in the gym. Okay, so like I said, this is Lovely from Mesa Fitness Clifton. Lovely, just to start off, kind of give us your comic book number one, your origin story. Where'd you grow up?
So I was originally from Palm Springs, California. Moved here about 6 years ago.
Very cool. Now, did you come straight to Junction, or did you kind of bounce around the area a little bit?
I went straight to Junction. Yeah, I lived in the Redlands for a little bit.
And what brought you here?
I really just lived with my grandparents growing up, so they just kind of wanted something a little bit, cooler, nicer people. So I think they found that here for sure.
Good. That's good to hear. Give us a little bit of your background, both while you were in California and then your last few years here. What kind of stuff are you into? What are your hobbies? Did you play any sports? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I grew up playing soccer pretty much since I was the youngest I could start it at. So I did that for about 6-7 years, really enjoyed it. So through that was kind of my main mode of exercise. From there I did a little bit of tennis, I did dance for a few years. So constantly just trying to find a way to be active in some way, just kind of get out of the house. So yeah, and then when I moved here, I kind of got more interested in the more one-on-one training style and kind of focused on that during my schooling. And from there, it just kind of increased and just branched out.
Very cool. Now you go to college here, right? You go to the Colorado Mesa.
I do, yes.
What are you studying?
Studying kinesiology with a fitness and health promotion emphasis.
Okay, very cool. Now, obviously, you're not quite through that program yet. When do you set to graduate?
This December. So.
Oh, very cool. So,
yeah.
Wow, yeah, right around the corner.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where did you get your certification from?
My certification is through NASA, my personal training, and I also have a fitness nutrition specialist through ACE and a strength and conditioning coach through ISSA.
That's awesome. Yeah, 3. That's a hat trick. That's what we call it here. So, what kind of things are you working on with clients? What are your specialties?
So the majority of my clients do have a weight loss goal. So with that, it's really kind of focusing on nutrition and just making sure they're active every day. I do have a few that have more of a strength goal and more of a cardio endurance goal. So that's kind of been fun to kind of work with more than one different type of goal.
Awesome. Kind of back to your background, what got you into training itself? Obviously, you have a little bit of a sports background. You did some dance. What got you doing what you're doing now?
So actually during high school, it was kind of, I reached a point where I realized I wasn't really being as healthy as I should have been. I was kind of a little bit overweight and just really wanted to find the ways that I could do to change that in myself. So once I realized, okay, well, if I can be my own motivator and, kind of get myself through my own kind of weight loss goal, how amazing and how beneficial would it be to kind of help other people reach that same goal. So it's really just kind of going through it myself and seeing how challenging it can be, but also the ways that can make it kind of fun and more enjoyable for most people.
Now you mentioned your own weight loss journey. Do you mind talking about that a little bit?
Yeah, so it started off, I think it was maybe sophomore year is when I kind of reached, I'd say, my peak of, I won't say most unhealthy, but, most where I realized a change needed to happen. I was about 170 pounds back then and, not much muscle, so it was mainly kind of, just not moving as much. I think that, too, was an in-between between soccer season, things like that. And then, so yeah, I just kind of focused on, eating better, moving throughout the day. That is also when I kind of started getting into more lifting weights, like kind of more free weight work. And then from there I went from 170 to about my current weight, which is about 140. So from there I've been kind of able to maintain that and also build muscle at the same time. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Very cool. Well, that's quite the journey. You know, we see a lot of people with, you know, some with more. We've obviously got a few trainers who have gone through a weight loss journey of their own, which has been pretty cool to kind of see the before and afters of some of those. You know, maybe at some point we get to share that. But you know, it's really cool to see people outside of our training crew go through that same transformation, whether they're working with our team or not. You know, it's awesome, and it can have a pretty profound impact on your life. Since you've kind of gone through that journey, what kind of impact do you think that had on you?
Definitely the big one was confidence level. You know, I was always shy growing up, but especially during that time, you know, it was hard for me to kind of speak up for myself. So kind of losing that weight and seeing that change in myself and realizing that it was me that did it, you know, kind of definitely helped give myself a boost.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that confidence thing is something that a lot of people don't really think about when they think about a weight loss journey. You know, obviously they want to feel better, they want their body to be able to move a little more efficiently, and you know, in some cases maybe not hurt as much. But I think that confidence thing is probably the number one thing you tend to see, especially in a weight loss journey. But you know, even if you're coming from the opposite direction, you know, I've mentioned in some of these videos that I was a super skinny kid growing up. I mean, my family's super tall. I shot up and the weight didn't come with it. So, you know, going from a skinny kid to being a little bit more fit, kind of the same transition. You know, your confidence level goes up a little bit, and you feel better.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Sorry for the interruption. Just wanted to throw this in here in the middle just to change things up a little bit. If you have a question for this particular trainer that I'm talking to, or one of our other trainers, feel free to throw that question in the comments below or DM us with your question. We'll connect you directly with that trainer if you have one specific for this trainer, and they'll get you the answers that you need. Okay? Enjoy the rest of the video.
Kind of bouncing off of, you know, obviously we've talked a little bit about your background, just a couple of different questions here. If there's somebody out there who is starting their fitness journey, or you know, they're in their first initial couple steps, what are a few tips that you would recommend for them?
Yeah, so a big one I like to kind of pitch towards my clients would be to kind of go easy on yourself during the first you know, few weeks. It is a big change, and it's important to make those, you know, important decisions in your day-to-day life, but you know, not being too hard on yourself. You know, when you miss a day of the gym, or you kind of slip up on your diet patterns, just making sure that you're kind of bouncing back from that, you know, taking it as a learning lesson rather than beating yourself up and just quitting right when you first start. So that's a really big one I like to tell my clients. Another one too is ask for help when you need it. You know, there's a bunch of different sources, whether that's in a gym or even just online. So if you're not sure of, you know, how to do something, or if you're even doing it, going about your journey the right way, you know, it's definitely no shame in asking for help. So.
Yeah, I really like both of those. You know, the first one, obviously, not beating yourself up. I think that can be a really big one, especially if you haven't been in the gym in a long time and you're just trying to get back into it. You know, some of our trainers have talked about, don't go too hard when you first come in. You know, if you're used to a lifestyle where your job puts you at a desk most of the time, and you're at a point where you need to get more active and you need to move, don't jump into the gym, you know, 7 days that first week, because your body is going to argue with that pretty quickly. You know, and on the other end, like if you're super active and you just need to change, you know, don't beat yourself up, because obviously you are active, you have some experience, but you know, if you're not reaching your goal in a week, first off, you need to reattain, you know, maybe review your goals, but secondly, just you know, don't beat yourself up if you're not quite there, and I think that's you know, a super important point, especially if you're just starting out. Back to you. What kind of things are you doing right now in the gym for yourself that really get you jazzed? Is there like a favorite exercise that you're doing right now, or you know, maybe you're really into your leg days, or you know, whatever it is? Is there something that really gets you going?
So right now I'm currently running a powerlifting program. It's the second one I've done, so it's kind of nice to work with a little bit heavier weight. In terms of like favorite exercise or favorite day, I'd say probably like my deadlifts are my favorite day. Just, you know, a good way to feel strong and feel like you're actually seeing that progress in the gym. So that's my favorite for sure.
Are you in a program where you're PRing?
Yes.
What is your
Yeah.
PR?
My PR for deadlift is 180. So.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably can't even do that, but I'm not a huge deadlift fan, so
Yeah.
so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I like to do with these videos too is I like for the trainer to ask a question. Now, I gave her no idea that I was going to make her ask a question at the end of this, so I'm going to give her a minute. This can be a question on fitness, on motivation, on nutrition, on really anything. You can take it wherever you want. This video is going to be out for a long time. It's going to be on all the different platforms. So really go wherever you want with it. Once she asks this question, throw your answer in the comments like you have with all the others. DM us, tweet us, whatever you want to do, and then make sure that you're liked, followed, or subscribed with us on all the different platforms. We are literally on everything. So if you can't find us, just search Mesa Fitness Colorado or Mesa Fitness CO. Like I said, we're pretty much on everything. If you're trying something new, we might be on that too. Okay, so whenever you're ready.
So, people ask like their why yet.
Mm-hmm.
So probably shouldn't do that now.
Yeah, we can go different. Right?
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay. So my question for you guys would be, what is your favorite way to get active outside of the gym? Obviously now it's kind of getting a little bit colder, so hikes and things like that are becoming slowly off the list of things. But other than that, what are some things that kind of get you up throughout the day when either the gym's closed or you just can't make it in on that day?
I really like that one. That's a new question. That's 3 that I recorded today that have new questions, so that's really cool. Like I said, throw your answers in the comments. If you have questions for Lovely or just for us in general, throw those in the comments too. We'll try and get back to you. Again, you can DM us, you can message us on any of the platforms, you can tweet us, whatever you want to do, just get back to us. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And